everybody, Squishy Squid here, and here's my partner SnekLady.
Hi.
What are we going to talk about today, SnekLady?
We're going to talk about a great free resource that we could get to build two different things, your pallets.
That's right, pallets. An excellent resource. We found a free source of them. We can get plenty. And there's two main ways that we've been using them that we find very successful and very helpful around the homestead. So join us and we will talk about that today.
Yep, and the first thing we're going to start talking about is fencing with pallets.
Okay, this is the outside of the pen, as you can see. And this is what the gate looks like. We have a pallet covering this entranceway, and it is held shut with just a simple clip right here. It works just fine. The gate is also set onto a T-post, and that's what keeps it here. So it has flex. It can move, but it can't it can't move enough for anybody to escape. It just easily opens on that T-post, and we latch it shut with that latch right there. And now I'm gonna go inside. All right, hey everybody. We're gonna talk about how this fence is put together, starting with the edge of the property where we have a chain link fence.
Yep.
We started off with a single pallet sideways, right where the fence post is, and we just zip tied it. Which we forgot to come back and trim the zip ties, but we zip tied it flat against the fence as our beginning.
Yeah.
And then we screwed the pallets sideways to it. Now, depending on how sturdy your pallets are, you can get away with up to about 3 in a row like this. They're screwed together with screws, just like that. And some of these pallets are very sturdy.
Yep.
And so we did 3 in a row, and then every third one, a sideways pallet for support.
Yeah.
And this was also screwed together however it could fit. You know, each pallet's a slightly different size. So we had to improvise in some areas. And then we did 3 pallets together again, and another sideways one, all the way down. Now, every so often we would come across a set of pallets that was not as sturdy. This one was sturdy. As you can see, it didn't really need any extra support.
Yes, and
it's good and sturdy.
Neat.
It looks neat and tidy. Yep. But then you'd get another set where it was actually just kind of wobbly, and we were afraid with the sheep,
they would ram.
We were afraid they were going to stand up on it like they like to do and push it too much and cause it to break apart. So we had scrap wood set aside, and we would screw the scrap wood all the way across as a support.
Yeah.
So that's basically how we do the fence, like the long lengths of fence. 2 to 3 pallets in a row, and then a side support with occasional boards across the middle. So that's the main structure there. Now, in each of our sheep pens, we also made a shelter.
Yeah.
So in this pen, this is what it looks like. It's just kind of the corner of the pen.
And in the corner we have a salt lick.
Yep, we got a salt lick and a mineral pan and stuff for them. It's not a very big shelter because we only have 2 sheep. We got a ram and a ewe. This is Lammy.
Yep.
Lammy is following us around.
She is the girl.
And you can hardly see him down there, Jacob. I had to tether him because he's a butthead.
Yeah, he's acting like a butthead.
You can't trust him. When he sees that we're distracted filming, he will come up behind us and get rude. So basically, what we did was we took some old shutters that we'd taken off the house, and we put them over the pallets as a kind of a windbreak. And we used some old siding from the house on top to be the roof. Now, this is not a particularly weatherproof shelter, and if we lived up north where the weather got below 0,
it would be bad.
It would be bad. It just wouldn't cut it, would it?
Nope.
But here in Georgia, it does not get very cold. This last winter, it only got below 0, or below 0. It only got below freezing 2 or 3 times at the most.
And it didn't even snow this time.
No.
Obviously.
No, it doesn't snow here.
Yeah.
We did have plans ready to fortify it and seal up the walls if it was going to get colder than that, but it didn't. So this was plenty of shelter for them. I'm just going to walk along this fence line here, and you can see how it's put together. Most of these are 3 pallets and sideways.
And the lamb.
And see, you can see the board there going across. We had old wood set aside from our porch that we took down.
Yep.
So this fence was almost free. The pallets were free. The extra wood was free. Really, it basically ended up just being the cost of a box of screws.
And zip ties.
And zip ties, that's true. Some zip ties.
So it really wasn't that expensive except for the latch that also.
That's right, the latch. This is the gate. This is the inside of the gate.
Pretty cheap.
It kind of sticks into the pen a little bit, and if they come up and push on it, you know, nothing can happen. It's just right up against these. There's that T-post that it hinges on.
Yep.
Right, Lammy? Nobody has had issues with this. Nobody's escaped. Nobody's tried to climb out. Nobody's broken anything on here. It's really solid and it's holding up so far.
Yeah.
Right, buddy?
He's not happy.
No, he's not happy. He's tethered. Don't worry, I'm going to turn him loose when we're done.
Yeah.
But he's kind of hitting sheep puberty, and he's got an attitude, and he's not trustworthy.
He keeps
So,
hurting people, or at least trying to.
yeah, we're working on it. We got a training system in progress, but I can't trust him to leave me alone while I'm filming. So here we go around this side. You see there's 2 pallets together and a piece of wood.
Big thick piece of wood
2
to
pallets.
hold up nicely.
2 pallets. A lot of the ones on this side were kind of old, so there are 2 pallets. When they were more solid, we got 3.
Yep.
The sideways ones give it support, like back and forth support in case the sheep lean against it, rub on it, stand up against it.
Don't wiggle.
Right, but it's solid. It's holding. And wherever the fence touches our chain link fence here,
It gets zip tied.
at the very top, we put a little section of wire fencing.
to keep chickens from escaping.
That's right. I was going to ask you to say what that was for. That's to keep chickens from escaping, because the chickens can hop up on here and they could hop right on out and get into the street.
Here, but instead they'll just hit
Yeah.
this and fall off.
Yep, that's effectively keeping them in. So that is this pen over here. I'm going to do a quick video of the other pen we made. Just a second.
Here we are in the first pen we built.
We've been followed. Check it out.
Yep. We have
We got sheep and goats followed us in here.
didgeridoo, Lammy from the last clip, Sulu, and Sugar.
That's right. They followed us in to make this video, but they're going to come back out with us because we're letting the grass regrow in here.
Yep. It's doing a lot better than
Crazy.
when goats and sheep are occupying it.
So we just wanted to show you our second pen real quick. This is the first one that we made. Well, I'm going to start at the end here. Just like the other one, we got a crossways pallet. This one we connected a little bit differently.
Yep.
And
2 nice sturdy pallets.
we got our fence at the top to keep the chickens in the yard.
Yep. We don't want them escaping in that yard.
We've got the pallets here are 2 in a row, sideways 2 in a row. And here we got our shelter over here.
That's
Again,
not neater than the other one.
it does. This one came out a little bit neater. This one, again, has the shutters on the sides, siding on top.
Yep.
Check it out. There's hay inside, but they haven't been in here in months.
There's a chicken.
Oh,
Why are you in
do
there,
you see this?
She's so
This is, here, don't scare her. She's probably about to lay an egg. Here's a chicken who thinks she's too good to lay eggs in the chicken house. So she's going to lay an egg in here. So we got to check this area later.
cute. Yep, she's happy there's no more sheep in there.
Crazy. Here we go. Lammy and Digi trying to decide who's king of the cement there.
King or queen.
Anyway,
King of the queen.
so basically it's done the same way as the other pen. We got them screwed together. We got sideways pallets. And in certain areas, we have boards running across to support it.
Yeah, like this one doesn't look very sturdy. It's already broken.
Yeah, that one was actually broken when we put it up, and we
Yeah.
never bothered fixing it because they weren't in this pen for too long before we needed to
There
let the
we go.
grass regrow.
Yep.
Yep, epic battle going on.
Done.
Go Lammy.
Come on, Lemmy. He's backing up and going, backing up and going.
Alright, in the back of the pen here, it actually has a wire fence between the two pens. But Jacob, the ram, was constantly fighting with the goat girls on the other side of the fence here.
Yep, mostly Pixie.
Yep, they were fighting, they were ramming and headbutting through the fence, and they ended up breaking sections of the wire fence.
So we put pallets along it to keep it safe from any
We
more
did,
damage.
and obviously we've got a couple of boards to fix before we put the sheep back in here, but that's what we did. We just took pallets and kind of screwed them together and zip tied them to the fence post behind there. And this kind of blocked their view, so they quit headbutting each other through the fence and just made the whole thing more solid. And actually, it kind of saved a section of the fence because during a storm, a branch fell out of this tree. It's actually this large branch right here.
Yep.
And that would have totally squished a section of the wire fence. But instead,
there were pallets to save it.
Instead, it just broke this board here.
Yeah.
So the pallet kind of saved the fence there. But yeah, we just went along the fence, screwed the pallets together, and zip tied them to the fence. And that worked out pretty well. So I thought I'd share that with you guys, some handy uses for pallets that you might not have thought of. Fencing is expensive, and this is a really great way to make a fence and not spend a whole lot of money.
Yep.
Hey everybody! This is another way we like to use our pallets. We've made these cool little boxes around our fruit trees. We used to have wire fencing around the fruit trees, but the goats pushed the wire fencing down and ate the trees down to the ground almost. And that was obviously not working. The wire fence was no good. So we took some of our pallets and we just screwed them together to make boxes around each of our fruit trees. You can see them in the background. There's some boxes over there. Each one is sheltering a fruit tree, and they seem to be working a lot better because the goats can't push these down. So when the trees get bigger, we could possibly remove these. But for now, this will do nicely, I think.
Yep.
We're also planning on putting bungee cords onto one of the pallets to allow us to open and close them easily, to put in mulch and things of that nature. So I just thought I would share that with you all. Another fun use for free pallets as fruit tree protection cages. That way you can let your goats free range around the yard, or your sheep, and your fruit trees won't pay the price.
Yep.
Look at these two clowns. Digi, she's a lot bigger than you.
You don't want to be challenging her?
Yep, I think he changed his mind. He's
all
leaving.
excited.
And you're eating the new grass that we're trying to let grow. So we need to
Thanks,
get
Army.
everybody out of here.
Yep.
Alright guys, they should follow us out.
Yeah.
Alright,
Hopefully so.
that'll be the end of that video. Thank you so much for watching.
Yes, thank
We
you.
appreciate our likes and subscribers and our comments. If you guys have fun uses for pallets, let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear about it. Alright guys, have a blessed day.